Alright. About the crash. Alright. Should be back up now. Just to confirm, did people get notifications about it? If you have your notification for the channel. Okay, let me... Okay. I think it's back up.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good. Sorry. Yeah, I apologize about that. Internet just like fully died for a moment there. But we are back in biz.
How dare you?
Hopefully people funnel back in. Yeah.
All right.
So, as we were.
So you wanted to, after that, find out
Oh,
where
about any
you're,
information about
you're
where we're heading. Like just any rumors or anything. Curious.
so you won't hear any rumors about Mogul itself because you're heading to Mogul. But you will hear one rumor. Um, some folks will be chatting like a little bit worriedly. You can't really tell what they're talking about, but they're they're like talking to each other in pairs in like hushed tones. And
Hmm.
yeah, you can't really hear anything, but you'll see people talking like even more quietly than about like the elections.
Oh, I want to hear more, but like, is there a way I could hear more? Or would I have to do something to do that? If I
You
can't, that's
can't hear
alright.
more from here, but you think you can engage with them somehow.
Okay, we got nothing better to do. Alright, let's, yeah. I'll get over there and try talking. Yeah, I'll try talking with them.
Okay.
So I will saunter kind of over, not really not like lost puppy style, but more like just, oh hey, the music is also broken. I'll fix that while I'm talking. But more just like kind of just like relax and chill and just kind of like not really try to butt in too much, but just kind of see if I can overhear as I'm walking towards them, and if they notice my presence, then yeah.
The folks that you're approaching appear to have the guild insignia on their stuff, so you think they're associated with the guild.
Oh, okay. They're associated with the guild. I have no problems then. I am going to just walk right over and be like, what are you all talking about?
Oh, hello. You'll see. Hmm. How about? Well, what's fun? Fun. I'll do one grace touch and one more. Oh God, lizard people.
Lizardkin?
Yes,
Okay.
lizardkin.
I was like, there's a couple kind of lizard people, but I didn't know if you meant like the lizard people, or the lizard furry people, or yeah.
No, just a basic lizardkin.
Okay, so yeah, he'll yeah.
Uh, yeah. One of them will say, "Oh, hello. Uh, we're actually talking about something we heard. Uh, you're with the guild. You're standing
Yes.
over there? We'll join you for a moment."
Yeah, she'll walk over to them as well. Like she is. I mean, if they're walking over, she won't like immediately start walking over. But if they look like they were gesturing for her to go over there, she would have walked over.
They're gonna walk over towards where they saw you coming from and
Okay,
over
yeah,
where
she'll just
Homie
stop and
is.
wait for them. Yeah, with homie.
And they'll stop and they'll kind of lean in and whisper to you, and Lizardkin will ask, "Are you? Did you hear anything weird before you boarded this vessel about um Apsis ships on the southern coast disappearing?"
Uh, I mean, I, I'm saying this is me. I don't remember hearing anything about that. Did Starsha hear anything about that?
No.
Okay, so yeah, she would just say no. I don't think I did actually. Why is something amiss?
Well, get this. We heard about this rumor before we got on, and we haven't been sleeping quite well since. Apparently, there have been some ships that have gone missing off the southern coast, and they're coming back. But the ships are completely empty
Hmm.
when they come back.
Like of freight or people or both?
I think just normal ships. Maybe some freights here and there.
Hmm. I already did.
Oh, you got
Oh, it didn't say where I am. My bad. Hmm. You don't say. How long has it been happening? You said a few. Did they say like a few weeks? I might have misheard. Or did they not specify
I
at
don't
all?
know how long it's been
Yeah.
happening for. I just heard that there have been a few incidents.
Hmm. Any suspected things like pirates, maybe? You've heard a few stories about the consortium and pirates.
Well, some people are saying that before any one of the vessels goes missing, apparently some of the nearby ships or like areas have seen a weird light and then maybe some kind of like roar? I don't know. Maybe it's some kind of new creature. Maybe they need us to take care of it. Uh, I'm
Hmm.
hoping there's going to be some kind of quest out soon, but something that big and terrifying. Maybe we can't take care of it just ourselves.
Hmm. Well, there's quite a few, I imagine, like yourselves. Do they seem like officers or just like another guild team, like adventure group like us?
They just seem like they're another guild team.
Hmm, okay. In that case, then yeah, she'll be like, well, yeah, she'd just say, well, with a few, capable guild teams, I'm sure we can figure something out. Though, you do have a point, it is troubling, to say the least. Has the consortium, anybody of the consortium mentioned anything about this?
Some of the neighboring areas are apparently hearing about it, but they're keeping it on the down low. I guess they just don't want people to put it out there and start causing a mass panic.
Is it common for the consortium military to downplay threats like this?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been in this area long enough to be aware of that.
Hmm. Okay,
I've been around at least a little bit enough to hear the rumors, but not enough for all the other stuff.
well, if we're lucky, maybe we'll see a glimpse of whatever's causing it and we can deal with it then. Little preemptive measure.
I hope not.
Then again, there's a lot of
Huh.
people on here that aren't exactly, well, trained to fight, so it might be better if we were a bit more prepared and equipped, so perhaps you're right.
I'm not sure how well this ship would withstand something like that. I would prefer something more suited to war, if that were the case.
Hmm. You said that most of the ships came back with nobody on them, or freight ships. Is there any ships that just never came back?
I think a few.
Hmm. Possible sunk ships. I wonder why. It's a creature. Maybe it's a territorial thing. But if it's actively people doing it, that makes things a bit more interesting. What reason will they have? Any records about these people, any investigations about these people since the disappearance? Or you do not know that much?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'd hope they'd put out some kind of missing persons bulletin, but perhaps they're asking the families to keep quiet.
What odd behavior. It almost makes you think that they know something. Well, I don't mean to suggest conspiracy here. It's just an odd thing. Besides, like you said, if we're lucky, we won't run into anything like that. At least not right now. And she'll kind of turn around and just say, thanks for the information, though. Oh, I didn't catch your guild team name.
Oh, we're not quite important. We're hmm. What sounds cool?
DM pulls up guild team name generator.
Um, Fossil Glimmer.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Fossil Glimmer. Alright.
yeah, Fossil Glimmer.
Alright, Fossil Glimmer in my notes. Alright, yep, she will take note of that, and she will bid them adieu.
They'll wave goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Fossil Glimmer. So, after that,
Oh,
I guess... Go, what?
they are also gonna ask for your guild team name.
Oh, our name is... Um... Hmm. Actually, believe it or not, we haven't figured out our guild team name yet. We're a new group that just formed, or I guess you could say is signing on soon. Though I'm sure that we might have a few ideas, so I'll have to get back to you on it. And she'll give him a wave. And yeah, I guess you'll just wait until the play is about to start and start heading that way with Homie once that happens. However, I imagine this is when we'll run into Zara.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Zara, Magellan,
Marliana.
and stuff.
Yeah. Marliana, would you be also wanting to head towards the room, or would you want to like train somewhere?
Oh yeah, I've been training on top deck.
Makes sense.
Okay. Cool.
Like the breeze. It's a nice and new feeling.
Yeah, it's not simulated this time.
And also away from Zara, so.
That's also true.
All right. Well, as you're heading over towards the plays, like where the plays are hosted, you're by the room, and you'll see. Oh, sorry. You'll see Magellan, carrying a Thor heading towards your direction, and Zara will be walking beside them.
That me seeing them or
Oh no,
Archer?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
Starsha and
okay.
Homie. I'm
That,
so
that
sorry.
I was like, wait, is that me or is that okay? Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, oh, I guess they went an alternative route then. No,
sorry.
it's fine.
I'm
So yeah, if we see
remembering.
that, Starsha is probably going to not like run, but she is going to definitely move a little bit quicker over to Magellan, who is carrying Gathor, and just kind of remark like, "What happened?"
Uh, well, you see, I was just doing my usual thing, being Magellan. But
Mm-hmm.
after just like a couple of like just back and forth conversation, she passed the fuck out, and
Why did she
eh,
pass out? What happened?
I might have said something wrong. To be fair, not my fault,
Well, what did
but
you say? What was said?
there's a break.
Is that
I
it? She's like raising an eyebrow, like, is that all you said?
I'm not sure what all I really said. Like I said like a couple of books about turning into a big old dragon, and
Hmm.
honestly, Sarah here, very insightful on telling me what to do or what to not to do. Or I think she could explain it better than I can. Take
She
it
like
away.
looks over. She's like, oh, I honestly didn't notice someone. I'm just kind of surprised I didn't notice someone so big here.
Zara will just nod to you, Magellan, and she'll look at both you, Magellan, and you, Starsha, and say, "Let's get out of the hallway."
Sure. She kind of looks at her. She's like, she's not gonna say anything, but in her head, she's definitely thinking, huh, she's talking. I guess this is serious then.
Cool. Uh, Zara will open the door for you, Magellan, if Starsha isn't already there.
Yeah, she'll open the door. Like, the moment she gets there first, she will open the door for them.
Okay, cool. Then she'll
Right.
let you enter first.
Hmm. Alright, she'll look over after. Because you said that you were going to put her, like, down on a bed, basically.
Yeah.
So, she won't say anything. I mean, she's just going to kind of, like, watch that happen, but her eyes are going to kind of drift over towards Zara and just speak.
Um, Once Gathor is set down on the bed, Zara is going to hold her hand out above her chest, just for a brief moment, and then retract her hand.
Would I recognize that gesture as some type of sensing of some kind, or?
Yeah, you would.
Okay. I won't. I mean, she's just gonna continue with like she said. She said she told her speak, but she's just gonna say like stand there looking at her.
So, Zara's going to turn to you, Starsha, and will say, she's currently having an internal battle with the, the other soul that's inside of her body.
All right.
We're going to have to let it reach its conclusion. But until then, I remind you to be on your guard. As the other one, I don't think she likes you all that much. Uh,
Hmm.
but
Well, she was at
best
least
to
able to get with
keep
the
watch.
program when we were in that simulation area.
Well, that was. I think she's.
I thought Gathor was sent. She no. I guess she would be upset.
Fortunately, I.
She'll just say, "I thought Gathor was sent to you all to help her, and now you're telling me it's worse."
She's gonna narrow her eyes, like not in a condescending way, but she's looking at the Thor when she does it, and it's
Hmm.
almost like you feel like it's assessing almost like she's trying to understand why it's worse. Um, almost like she doesn't really know why. And she'll continue looking, and eventually she'll say, can't quite fully assess the situation, but I think your bond growing is the way it did, because I figured a few things in the other version of herself that's causing her to act out a bit more. I think your friend said something that caused the other version of her, the other soul, to become enraged and start a battle for supremacy.
Well, she kind of looks over at Magellan. It doesn't seem like he remembers what he said, and you've been watching her like a hawk. So what did he say? When did you notice the reaction happen?
He stated something about, as he said before, Thor needing a break, and him being open to listening about her condition, and being willing to work through it and understand. And something about her being cute.
But, oh, hold on, wait. That's part of it.
Of course it was.
Well, to be fair, I think that the other version of her had a more detestable opinion of your group. Anything that you say positively to her may, in fact, cause feelings of disdain from the other version. Therefore, it might be best to avoid complimenting Gathor for the time being, or bringing up the issue at all. I know it's a bit counterintuitive to bolstering her ego, but it's probably best to avoid any situations that cause the other one to become mad or start saying things.
So, you're saying that these little reactions will continue effectively so long as Gathor is, I guess, being complimented, or in any way her mentality is being reinforced. So we have to be effectively neutral around her. Okay. Here's the thing.
Fortunately.
That's no way to live.
That's, yes, Sasha's gonna nod with you. That is not going to be very healthy for Gathor. If she has to keep her mental spirits up to fight this thing, her getting neutral reaction from everyone she meets is not, or at least the people mostly around her, is not also going to help her.
I understand that. Fortunately, he's already sleep deprived, having to deal with the other one constantly talking to her. He's also using energy a lot, trying to keep the voice away. It's difficult for her. She's not going to be in any stable condition anytime soon. We were hoping to give her medication. Of course, only the effects of BOS, as you saw before, had any effect. And any other medications we tried at the facility.
Did she just say medication?
What?
Yes. He will continue and say, any medication we tried at the facility, it didn't work. So currently she's unmedicated.
Any medication. You said you tried medication. Don't do this at home, kids. Starsha's going to reach into her bag, and she stopped taking them, so she has some left. Alright. She's gonna pull out one of the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to look over to Zara and say, I don't know if this would work, but I might have something that's worth trying.
Zara will hold out her hand.
She does not want to give her this bottle, but she doesn't really see another way, so she will begrudgingly hand her over the bottle.
Sarah is not going to open the bottle or attempt to take it in any way. She's
Mhm.
actually going to look at the label for any ingredients list. Um,
Now here's a
do you
question.
think that there's
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are there any ingredients? Because Starsha doesn't even know, like, how this works. So,
yeah, um,
she's making a
she
bunch of unmarked pills for a good portion of her life.
okay. So they're I'm assuming you're right in that they're unmarked, and
I have no idea.
Sarah will rattle them around and will before opening the bottle ask you, what is this?
They're pills.
Mm-hmm. What do they do?
They might be able to help the situation with Gathoa.
How do you say so?
My,
What symptoms are they used to treat?
we're very talkative right now. Symptoms that might be similar to hers.
Zara is going to ask you, may I remove one caplet from the bottle and provide the bottle back to you? Use the one caplet for research to understand the ingredients and see if this will help at all.
She
You can
will
say no.
look over at Gathor and then look back at Zara and say, as long as it will help Gathor, you can do that. Sure.
Unfortunately, I can't guarantee that. I would actually need to examine the ingredients, understand the chemical makeup of this medicine before I can make a decision on whether or not it will help.
What I mean is,
Until
as long
then, I
as it's
can't take.
intended to try to help Gathor. If it doesn't, then we'll have to explore other options, but if there's a chance, I'm rather the chance be taken than not at all.
Understood. Is this your own formula, or did you acquire this from somewhere else that you consider proprietary?
I don't know where it comes from. Exactly. Well, she kind of looks to the side. It's not exactly true. They were given to me, quite a few of them, by someone I trust with my life. And there's something that has been very helpful. But I don't know how they're made. In fact, any information you get from the makeup would be interesting to me, because I'm not sure how they're made either.
Gathor? No. Zara will take the caplet that she removes from the bottle, and she'll place it in a bag, and she'll say to you, if this ends up not being of any chemical use to the floor's condition, I will not denounce the makeup of this medicine to anyone. However, if it does end up being suspect that it can provide any assistance to her condition, I will have to disclose the content of this medicine. Are you alright with that?
Will it be to wash it?
Not just to wash it.
She will say, before you do, I want you to tell me, I don't know exactly what these pills are, but I know things they can do. Or that they were used to doing. And I know that that's very important and very dangerous in the wrong hands. She looks at her very intently when she says that. So I want to make sure whoever its information is passed on to, I want to know who they are.
Information would primarily be passed on to the Prophet Aesir, as well as the rest of the Chronos.
I don't know the rest of Kronos, but Prophet Aesir sounds like a name, a person that I can meet or see.
That is correct. I believe Watcher had intended, or has already put in a request for you to meet with the Prophet.
Then in that case, sure. As long as it's with her. Or him, or them, or whoever it is.
Very well.
And she will.
Zara will.
She will actually, yeah. She won't be snappy or anything. She'll just hold out her hand for the bottle.
Zara will give the bottle back.
And she will put it back in her bag and zip it shut.
She'll put the caplet that she took and place it into a small plastic, no, not plastic, a jar, a glass jar, a very small glass jar, and put it in her bag. And she'll say, back to the matter at hand.
Right.
Trying to think about the best way that we can help bolster Gathor's ego, while also not causing any potential disruptions. The problem lies in the fact that anything good that happens to the Gathor that's in front of you angers the one that's inside of her.
Here's a question. What if we reinforce both?
You'd have to find a way to get to know the other one. But perhaps make it clear that referring to both at the same time. That might be difficult.
We found ways in
Not
the
might,
simulation.
it will be.
I think there's a few that we can try. And there's also another thing. When we get to, hopefully we can get to Quald. One of the people in the simulation, if they are close in resemblance to the minds of the people there, a man named Gaiafree said he might have had a way that could at least alleviate some of the struggles. And this way would require us to reinforce Gathor, though, because I imagine it will involve both of them having to deal with each other more viscerally, if you catch my drift. I don't know what the way exactly he was going to do it was, but he said there was a ritual, and he might just need some components, but we'll see.
What is Gaiafree's profession?
He is a mystic from the World Soul faith, I believe. I'm not familiar with World Souls exactly, but there's a lot in Gara. I know that they channel the power that exists in the planet. He is a grace touch, I believe.
Typically Celestials and the like. They specialize a bit more in exercising vengeful souls that refuse to pass on to the world. Unfortunately, from the case studies that I've read, in both those and the case studies in which multiple souls exist in one body, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly what's going on with Gathor's condition. I don't think it quite fits in neatly with either of the two. It appears to be some kind of hybrid situation. Therefore, he might need of some assistance. However, some of his methods may be misplaced.
As long as we can mediate the problem temporarily, at least so it's in a more dealable state, I think we'll take what we can get.
Alright, so with that being said, Magellan, he's been pretty much taking a backseat to this, but he's gonna be like, so can we confirm that we're gonna be a bit more valuable to, well, willing to actually work with us?
I've always been willing to work with you. However, much of my task here is simply to monitor her condition and find a cure. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm also not here to aid you in any combat or any other situations. It's best that you not get that close to me. I would recommend it. I'm trying not to speak to you as much because I am not desiring to make any connection with you. My only reason for being here is to execute my job, which is what I did before.
You know what?
You
That's
don't have to-
perfectly fine.
Yeah, she just looks over. You don't have to be our friend, but Magellan has a point. If you're going to be here, working with us is better than working against us or holding information.
I'm not here to work with you. I'm here to inform you of her condition, inform you of anything that could alter her condition, and also make sure that you don't exacerbate it in any way.
Well, you not working with us will exasperate her condition in the negative direction. If Gathor cares about people on this team, and it negatively affects her the way you treat those people on the team, it will affect her. I'm not saying you need to be our friend. Frankly, I don't care. The only reason I gave you those pills is because it might help Gathor, and helping Gathor helps this team.
But hey, just like you said, I'm an idiot. Yeah, who knows if I'll listen?
She looks over. Though you were the one that was able to at least get Zera talking and get Gathor to a state where we can at least figure out what's wrong with her. It's something worth noting. And she looks over at Zera, kind of saying, something worth noting that he was able to do that you were not. Because he was willing
I'm
to
fully
work with
aware.
She just says because he was willing to work with people, even those that are difficult.
Sick burn, Starcha.
Zara smiles a little bit and laughs, and she says, think what you will. However, as I said, I'm here to do my job. Nothing more, nothing less.
Then if it's Gathor's survival at stake, you better do your job well. And she'll just turn around and say, homie, we have a show to go see. Let us go. And, all right.
Remember to heed my advice.
Hero perks up. Oh, was
Wakes
that it?
up.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Zara won't say anything else. She'll just, as you leave, she'll just say, remember to heed my advice. And that's it.
Yep, she'll just keep going. Her ear would flop up for a moment when she spoke to her, but it would go down when she stopped, and she would just keep going. Look, I'm trying to be nice, okay?
We see
Nice.
progress. There's progress all around here, guys.
Anyway, playtime.
Anyway,
Yes,
It's
this
time.
is screaming in shower. Scream in the shower. Scream in the shower.
yes. The scream in the shower.
I do that every night.
But
Hold on, let me find an appropriate gift.
Hey, how do you spell Aesir's name? Before I forget already.
That is a good point. Yeah, that starts
A
every night.
E
SIR, I imagine.
SIR.
Yep, sounds like it.
Yeah, it is a really important one. No, we don't know that.
We don't know that, but yeah.
I mean, we know that she's a prophet. That's cool.
I mean, that seems important, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's. We know it's Watcher's boss, technically.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, I guess, for them. I mean, Watcher. We don't really know like the ranking system of them, do we?
Yeah, like
I mean, we assume that Watcher is somewhat important, which probably is fair, but like, I don't know. Yeah, we actually really don't know. We've never really asked, to be fair. Question
Yeah.
for Zara later. Anyway. So yeah, what's the play?
Okay. I'm beginning to feel the EP. Therefore, I will try to make the next 3 plays quick.
You can just blitz through them. I imagine most of us aren't gonna do anything else. Just they could go see the plays. So.
All right. So the scream in the shower. You make your way. Also, Zara is still the one that's left in the room with Gathor. She's going to watch and monitor her condition while
That's
you
fine.
all are in the play.
That's fine.
Get to the play. Front, back, or middle? Where you sitting?
With homie, you know what? She is going to sit in the back because it's. This sounds like way more emo than I meant it to, but I was gonna say because it's away from the vast majority of people. But yeah, she's gonna sit in the back. If homie wants to sit up closer, that's fine. But otherwise, yeah, she's just sitting in the back. I think she's muted. That is all right.
Sorry, I'm doing this quick water break.
No, you're fine. Did you hear what I said?
You're trying to be emo? You're not trying to be emo?
I was saying that what I was gonna say is I'm gonna sit in the back because it's away from most people most of the time. But I was like, that came out way more emo, or it was gonna come out way more emo than I intended it to be. But yeah, she's gonna sit in the back. Look, she's antisocial, all right? Slightly. No, not slightly. Yeah, no, she's. Look, she can fake not being antisocial well, but she is, you know. She has difficulties, alright?
Yes. I wonder what that could be called. Anyway. Alright. The scream in the shower. This play is a story about a great storm in the shower passed down among the Alsa Hotel and some of the Memorum peoples in the consortium. It's a rather normal play. However, before you go in, you hear a few whispers of skepticism and somewhat passive aggression from the Lapsus folks. They whisper something about not believing in the Whisperer legend. And, yeah.
Not believing in the Whisperer legend. I have seen that in a few of the books I've read about a Whisperer. Some type of evil entity they don't like, and not the consortium, but the Alto. It's a bit of a DC on my end. But I think it's back.
Okay.
Yes.
What'd you miss?
Chat, is it bet as well? I fully cut out there as well. That wasn't this. That wasn't just the stream. That was everything.
Okay.
I heard the part leading up to probably the same thing chat said. Okay, we're back. I heard the part leading up to, basically when you were saying that everybody that was here necessarily wasn't part of the consortium. Like there were people that were from other lands and stuff, and that was where I cut out. So everything after that I did not hear.
Okay. Gotcha. So, yeah, there's people mixed bag here. Some folks are here to chastise the play, some folks are here to enjoy the play, and some folks are here to learn about the story being told.
Huh, I've just discovered a possible annoyance for Starsha, which is why the fuck would you come to a play if you didn't if you didn't want to see? Why the fuck? Why would you come here anyway? Whatever. Yeah, she's a new pet peeve she has unlocked is people doing that, I guess. But yeah.
Listen, they need entertainment.
Evidently not, because they didn't want to come here anyway, so like why? I have a game they should play. It's called Can You Swim? Going next to the ship. Jump off and see how far you can swim. I'm curious to know. Anyway, so yes, there are people from all walks of life, around here.
Yes.
Okay.
And with everyone here to listen to the play, lights dim, curtains rise, story begins. There are several beastkin individuals on the stage, wearing outfits and clothing you've seen rarely, but you personally would probably recognize, and there are a few rumors in the crowd about these outfits being of Alto Hotel design.
Alright.
They're very decorated with a lot of colors, long fur coats, scaled armor, and bands which wrap around their arms, or their forearms, legs, and there are some bracelets that are made of bone, metal scraps. They have tattoos down their backs and on their chests. The tattoos almost seem to dance as they move. And it almost seems as if there's some kind of magic and music that's making them sway. They also begin speaking Alto, which is a dialect that draws out certain words and almost brings a beating thrum to its intonations. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do that. Otherwise...
Neither do I, but you know. Well, kinda. A little bit of practice, but not a lot. I'm checking to see if I actually understand Alto, because I think I do. Yes. I read it in books.
And as the performers on the stage begin speaking, there's music that begins to play, and it's very loud. And with the drums that beat, you can almost hear the beat of the drums and feel it in your chest and your heart.
I do like me some music
You
can
see...
feel.
Exactly. You see the performers on stage begin to dance, and there's a smell that wafts into your nose. As you notice, there's incense burning in the corners of the room. And it brings a nice earthy scent. And you feel your eyes sort of drifting, trying to keep up with the dances that are being performed. The room begins to grow even more dim. You see lights begin to swirl in the air, above the stage, it's almost like there's stars in the sea, with green gleams of rainbow colors and brilliant bright light surrounding them, almost in a halo. You hear a voice that slowly cuts through the noise. It's a low rumble right before Mighty Bella. Long ago, before the times of the Consortium and the Rising Wars, when the second Seekers of Drakkar, Alto Latel, presided over the Lapsian lands, safeguarding its flora, raising its fauna. A grave tragedy occurred that would scar the hearts of the Alto people and sully the lands of their forebears. One which whispers still echo to this day. It appeared in the night after a day of calm and festival, one of which had brought much bounty to the scavenging ways of the people, and many songs into the night. As the night grew colder, our kin began preparing for the rest of the day. The stars danced in the night with the rhythm of our drums and the call of our people and the call of our songs. Though something was different this night. It began softly on the wind, echoing in our minds. Vile words of disdain and instability throughout. Trust grew difficult, and many felt alone as they feared their community to be succumbed by something most foul. Next, there were cries from the beasts and creatures of Drakkar, all solemnly resigning to hide or roar into the skies. Next was the cry even from Drakkar herself, which gripped us to our core. As the aberrant sky darkened, drawing our sights to several green streaming lights throughout the sky. Lastly, there was the fear, the scent and sensation ingrained into all Alto Latel, even those of Eros present. The fear. We looked into the sky, heard the screams. The rumbles shook the land, and the rush of power rattled the creature's blood.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay. Go right back to where you said there was fuck. It was right when you said that there was the lights all crashed down and you said some people were startled and screaming. That was right, it was like right after that.
Okay.
Yep, sorry.
So, there's screaming and fear in the audience. But following that, there's a pause. Once the pause is over, there are several firelights that illuminate right above the stage, showing rainbow color. Their glare shows the tribe people, holding them all dressed as warriors, various peoples, or perhaps even various tribes. The music lowers, though it still permeates the room as it begins to brighten slightly, as the narration continues. We do not know what happened next, with only the aftermath to show. The Alto Latel fractured and wounded, the fall of our connection. Dreams, sighted, but not gone, as the whispers still echo even to this day. As is written on our tablet of Ahau, we must pass on our legacy and save Drakkar, for it screams in the shower of the night, and it feeds on the planet's life. Be wary of the whisper. Story ends as the lights momentarily go completely dark. Then the stage once again illuminated. As the performers bow, the rest of the theater is once again relit in totality.
Hmm.
And that play was a banger for real.
Yeah, actually. Sasha was actually leaning in on that one. She was real engrossed. All right. So this is, or relates to this whisper thing I keep reading about. All right. Yeah. How is the audience after all of that?
Some of the audience, the ones that were there to chastise the
Mm-hmm.
play, start complaining that everything was too loud and too bright, and yeah, they're just like,
They don't
damn
understand
play.
pure cinema. Pure cinema. God damn it. All right, that's all right. No, it's fine. She's not gonna let that bother her because she has got some interesting things to read or look at. And I guess for the most part, is everybody else who was here to actually look at the play, are they like? How are they looking? Are they looking like startled, or are they looking just like that was a good play type feel?
They look almost as if like they're moved. Like you can tell they're moved,
Hmm.
but they don't want to get up. Like they're talking about it. They're thriving,
Hmm.
moisturized in their lane, unbothered.
I think Starsha wants to when she gets to when they get back to college, she wants to bring this up to Greyfang. Actually, Greyfang might know more about this. Scream in the shower, lights in the night, and the whisper. Okay, just putting some notes down. All right, she's got definitely something to relay to the party. Also, banger play. She's kind of wondering, like, because this is the first one she's been to. She's like, damn, were all the plays this good?
Mine wasn't.
Like this is actually pretty. She's like, damn, I never really went to plays that much. I mean, I've seen them on the screen in Gara, but like, this is pretty cool. I'll have to do this more often. I'll have to come back here with Father. Okay. So the next one, was it the C one, or was it the betrayal something? It was the something, the C, and the betrayal, and then there was the Drake. It was like the Dragonkin and the friend from far away. Was that the last one?
Mm-hmm. We have the goddess betrayal and the cursed sea. And then the Drake Shore and the friend from far away.
I believe that one. I was going to see the last one, but Marliana was going to go see the betrayal, right?
Liana, did you want to see the goddess betrayal and the cursed sea? Are you sitting in the back again to get some workout in?
I am. Funny, I hadn't really been interested in, the gods that the tide follow, but I'm sure getting a lot of information about them. I'll have to actually do some more research. They seem to interesting.
Yeah, that Aqua god. I wonder what happened to her. It was in the first story.
I wonder. All right, this one is kind of long. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an exposition. This play begins with a beautiful woman with short, deep blue hair like the sea, cyan eyes of calm waves, fair skin, and a tall form draped in blue and purple robes. This is Aqua, the daughter of Aqueous, who was formerly known as the goddess of the tides of Drakkar. Years ago, before the consortium banners raised across Lapis. Oh, my brain! Oh my
That's
god!
alright.
Can I
It's alright.
speak?
It's alright.
Lapis.
Lapis.
Okay.
That's alright. We all knew what you
Lapis.
meant.
Years ago, before the consortium banners raised, it's. Hold on. Give me.
That's alright. That's alright. Get your pace. It's alright.
There we go. Okay. Years ago, before the consortium banners rose across Lapis, when the splinters of what would become still roamed the lands. Oh, hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Let me start from the beginning again.
Oop, that's alright.
Years ago, before the consortium banners rose across Lapis, when the splinters of what would become those who held those banners still roamed across the lands, sea, there was a prominent faith called the Way of the Sea, one which still persists to this day, flourishes throughout Drakkar. The Way of the Sea was led by the enchanting and kindred Aqua, goddess of Drakkar's tides, and her council of swells. Perhaps just as beautiful and coveted was what she wore across her neck, resting delicately atop her chest. There lie a cyan hue spear. Oh my god, I can't talk. Resting delicately atop her chest lay a cyan hue sapphire gemstone of unknown origin. Perhaps the gift of her faith? An heirloom of her mother, the goddess of Merida? Meridia.
Yep, Meridia.
Meridia.
You got it. Don't worry.
The goddess of Meridia. A manifestation of her will made visible. Perhaps all. Perhaps none. True. What enraptured most, however, was her prowess and abilities with this necklace. In a gesture of her hands, she could heal almost any ailment. With an evocation of her voice, she could calm storms and bring rains to lands suffering in drought. With a smile and a glint in her enchanted eyes, she could wash negativity from one's stature. She would heal the lands and seas between Gara and Lapsis, but feel the pain grow ever more throughout Drakkar, especially as the threat of the Red Swell had more permeated the lands. Feeling this, she would set the Way of the Sea on a series of grand voyages, with many members of the Swell embarking themselves to cleanse those they could of illness and corruption. These created temples of worship and enchanted artifacts to purify aberrant and hazardous powers and poison, all while expanding the faith's influence and admiration, even as no followers or non-followers were aided and healed. All of her miracles seemed intrinsically unified with her own powers and the gemstone. With these miracles, the Way of the Sea would become prominent and beloved by many across the seas of Drakkar, from soldiers, mystics, and shamans, the poor and the sick. Although equal in measure of love, so too did some select few show envy and greed. However, the faith would come to convince Aqua to choose champions to protect her, with some being offered among those she helped, and were aligned with the faith. Gifted to each of her champions would be a special artifact, item, or attire befitting the guard of the goddess. Among them were sword maiden arms, wielded by her most trusted and powerful champion, Kasha, a mortal and Aquian mixed soul warrior, who is depicted as staunch and rather defiant and confident lass, with dark blue scales that shimmered with little gold speckles, and possessed a true warrior's spirit. He stood unflinching against the dark tides and the white whale, vanquished the sea demon Karkanos, who had terrorized the turbulent ocean for nearly 2 centuries. The second, fiendish man, curly jet black hair, with 2 streams of silver that extended from his short ivory horns down to the back of his shoulders. A former pirate with glaring scowl and a deadly aim, yet who showed an earnest demeanor, and looked about him. Sorry, hold on. Sentence is weird. Sentence is weird. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I understand now. Alright. He was a former pirate, with a glaring scowl and a deadly aim, yet he showed an earnest demeanor, and a look that Aqua believed changed. Oh my god, hold on. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
He had a look about him that caused Aqua to choose him to guard her. There was one other, a proud Marlis Aquan man, whose valor and fury earned him a title among the honor guard of the Tide Pact he came from. He bested many great warriors across the sea of northern Lapsus, and many would refer to him as the second coming of the great spear who felled the red swell Gyambo. The lands they would venture experienced fair tides, favor, and health. However, as time continued, the vagabond, fiendish pirate could not resist his thieving nature. One cold and quiet night at sea, as the inhabitants of the vessel lay sleeping, he would slay Aqua in cold blood, as she awoke attempting to take the gem and flee. The Aquan warrior and the others on the vessels attempted to battle the fiend, catching him above deck. He attempted to use the gem's power on them, but instead it went haywire, causing an eruption of power from the vile magic, and sent all of them below the waves. It is said that the storms which ebb and flow every year are the worst around the time the gem, which cursed the sea, fell beneath the waves. Any who sought the gem would find themselves succumbing to the waves that claimed more lives. It's unknown, but it is said that the gem is cursed due to the scorn Aqua carries for her betrayal, causing all kinds of storms and tsunamis. What you do know is that it is the time of year when storms get really bad. You hear a very loud crackle of lightning outside the vessel as the lights begin to come back on and illuminate the stage, you just hear the slap of lightning, or no, the slap of thunder, and the lights momentarily flicker out and then come back on.
How ominous. That time of year that the storms get worse, it wouldn't happen to be now.
That would be unfortunate.
It is that time.
I'm sure it's alright.
Go ahead and roll a knowledge local regal or knowledge faith check.
I have an idea.
Weird intrusive thought that just entered my head, but every time this story is told, is there also random strikes that follow after it? Because that might be a really bad thing to not... Like, you probably shouldn't tell the story that much if that's what's happening every time.
For you. It's just this once, just because they want
okay.
you to feel special.
I see, you know. I was just wondering, I'm like, yeah, every time we tell the story, you know, a random lightning strike happens within, like, 50 feet of us. Like, I would just not tell that story, like, at all. One of those strikes is gonna unluckily hit you one day.
So that's a faith I rolled.
Oh, a 15.
Good name.
Did you?
Not enough.
Yeah.
The DC for
Hey,
the check was 16.
you could do your thing.
I was thinking that, like, what else am I gonna be doing today? I've got 2.
Yeah, you might as well, right?
Might as well. Yeah, cool.
Hey, there you go. You got your
I
answer.
got what
Cool.
I deserved.
Okay. So Marliana, being from the Tide Pact and being familiar with most of the stories, you realize that there are a lot of omissions from this story. One of the omissions is the fact that a third guard is an Aquan man who hailed from the Tide Pact as a prominent member of the Honor Guard. Originally, he was... Okay, hold on. Originally, this man is said to have become jealous of Aqua's love for her 2 champions, wanting her and the gem for himself. However, it almost seemed like all 3 of them had bonded so strongly that he couldn't even stand a chance in, like, bonding with her. So he betrayed her by stabbing Aqua and attempting to steal the gem. He ended up battling the Aquan warrior and the fiendish pirate, mortally wounding one of them before running the other through. And as that occurred, the Aquan man attempted to use the gem to heal himself, but instead of healing himself, he actually summoned a torrent of water, and it split him and the vessel in half, caused it to sink. And now, the vessel and the gem are said to lie at the bottom of the sea.
I put a note just in case, but even though I don't, just in case that she, you know, Marliana relays this information to us, because there's something that Starship noticed and she's curious about, but I won't say anything yet. I wonder if Marliana picked up on it too.
Man, that's crazy. Like, Gyambo is like the Tide Elder, and that's crazy. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people don't know the true story, but
You did what, sorry?
that Giambo is a fucking dick, but he's still the elder. It's crazy.
You know.
I know. I know most people wouldn't know the true story.
Was there a name for this person, by the way? Oh shit, I shouldn't ask that because I'm not there. Never mind.
Well, I'm curious too, actually, because I've been writing things down, and I didn't hear a name for the pirate fiend guy.
Yeah, I don't think there was a name given. I know there was a name given for Kasha. That was the main maiden, sword maiden armed woman, and I don't think they said the name of the fiend, and I don't think they said the name of the Aquian man. The only thing I have.
But
No.
on the second coming of the Red Swell, or did I mistake that?
He was. They said that was the. I think that was a title. The second coming of Gyambo is like what he was referred to as. It wasn't Gyambo. I mean, it couldn't have been Gyambo because the person it sounds like you just said got split in half.
Right. Wait, no, the fiend got split in half.
No, it was the person that. That was the thing that I just noticed. Never mind. I shouldn't speak because I noticed something, in the way that Lily said the second part of that story. But I won't say anything because I'm not there. Never mind. I won't do anything.
Oh. And that's when the gem backfired and then fell into the ocean.
Oh, I think I cut out for a moment.
Okay. I had the lore pulled up and I found their names.
Nice.
Sorry, I had to cut them off.
Nah, cool.
Their names are Kasha, who you heard the name of.
No way.
I think I heard Kasha and then I cut out. But I think I'm back.
Okay. We have Kasha, Satobi, and
Satobi.
Kawe.
Kawe. Alright. And I'm guessing Satobi, just process of elimination here, probably the fiend dude, and Kawe probably the Aquian man. That was like the second coming of Gyambo, or whatever the fuck his title was. I don't remember the name. Right, there was a title that was given. I just remember they said something about the spear of Gyambo or something.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Is that like a diss to have a title that is just the second coming of another person?
I mean,
I guess it doesn't.
Well-regarded.
Yeah, I guess if they're well regarded, that's like a good thing. It's like honoring them, but I don't know. Guess that's up to the person.
So Satobi was the pirate, ex-pirate. Aoi was Aquian.
Mhm. Tide Pack Hunter person. Alright.
Wait, and what was his title again? I want to get.
Who was Satobi or Kasha? Oh, Kawe? Was it Spear of something?
The second coming of the Great Spear.
Ah, second coming of the Great Spear. I'm guessing the Great Spear is probably what Gyambo's title was called.
No, the Great Spear killed the Red Swell Gyambo.
Wait,
That sentence seals. The Red Swell from the other story was Cathal,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought.
Then this needs to be rearranged. The sentence needs to be
This-
rearranged.
Sentence bad, that's what that was. Okay.
Gyambo, as I know, is still alive.
Yeah, the Gyambo is, from what I understand as well, is still alive, unless something very bad or good happened.
If he wasn't alive, my story wouldn't exist. So.
Well, I mean,
Yep.
you could have died now. I don't know. You could have died. You just have died like 2 seconds ago. I mean,
I
you'd be
can't
net
be that.
positive. Anyway, Katja, was her title the Sword Maiden? Was that what it was, or was it the Sword Maiden's arm, just the weapon she used? I thought it was the Sword Maiden. I also spelled maiden very badly.
Un momento, por favor. Let me pull it back up. I closed the document because I am silly.
Yeah, it's fine. You can get it. You can get it later. So Toby. Yep, and then I have my little note for when you tell the story, because there's something that I picked up on, but this would not be something that I...
Board. Please. Need you to see this menace to society.
My potato net is really trying me tonight. That's alright. It's lasting. It's gonna last. It's fine. Menace. Ah, is that Moo? Yeah, it is. Well, we know what happens if Willy just goes dark all of a sudden. It was Moo.
My cords are so tasty.
I guess so.
Mmm. Delicious. Oh, hello. Are you staring at me all cute? As if
I
you're not
can't
plotting
roll-
something?
Or I guess
What happened?
something.
I think the Sword Maiden's arm is probably the name of the weapon itself.
Yeah.
I think that's why I got tripped up, because they mentioned the Sword Maiden's arm, and I think I took that as the title. But it makes sense that... Yeah, it makes sense that she would not have the same title as the name of the weapon. Like, anyway, yeah.
Right. So, back to my little note that I remember from knowing the Tide's history.
Mm-hmm.
They're a champion. Attack the other two. And that's when Satobi, he used the gem, and that's when it backfired.
No,
Kawe.
Kawe attempted to use the gem to heal himself after he attacked the two champions of Aqua and attempted to kill Aqua herself. This is what we call a yandere.
The cat or the person?
No, the person.
It seems like it. Also, Keely, no, I mean, it's at the tip of my tongue. I want to say it, but I'm not going to yet. Magellan,
Oh,
did you
what could it
notice it
be?
too? Oh, Toki is muted. Never mind.
Wait. Wait. I keep muting my microphone, but
No,
Discord.
I said, did you notice it as well? The thing about the two stories.
Which two stories?
Oh,
again?
the same story, but the second, the thing that Marliana knew, being from the Tide Pack and knowing more information. There was something that was like...
Left out?
Not actually, yeah, no, yeah, left out, we'll say, but it's something that I noticed between the two tellings of the stories that I'm curious if there's an explanation for, or if they're just like shrugs. It's a very odd thing, is all I'm gonna say.
You mean that the Fiend is blamed for killing Aqua
Yeah,
when it wasn't?
the stories don't make, like, the stories are retelling the same event, but from, it's completely different, like in the sense of who is the main conspirator.
Yeah.
I'm just like noticing it. I'm just like, that's, so like one of them has to be a lie, right? Like Because
course.
all right.
I was thinking so hard trying to figure out what you meant. I didn't know it was that. Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that
it's
was.
obvious. I just didn't want to say it because I'm like, oh, I'm not there to say it. But
Well,
like,
yeah. I mean,
it just seems, yeah. I wonder.
of course, the fiend was blamed. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Typical.
it is lapsus.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fair.
Okay, well, I think I'm all sorted out now.
There's actually a third version of the story where it's Kasha that's actually not.
Man, oh man.
That would be funny.
I can't
Three
even
versions
dive
of the
deep
story.
into my story. What a way to start the campaign.
Right?
I'm about.
We will ensure it.
You've
So
successfully watched your play. Who's going to watch the Drakesure and the friend from far
me.
away?
So I think it's right now. It's just me, unless Magellan wants to join me.
You know what? Why not?
She'll be like, "Didn't you come from Dogma earlier?"
I did. It was not a pleasant experience.
You have to tell me about it. I heard that their customs aren't that bad.
Don't tell me about customs.
What type of trouble did you get into?
Smuggling. Not gonna talk about that though.
What did you smuggle? Did you? She's like thinking, like, did you? Did you? Never mind. We're not gonna talk about that on the boat. Anyway.
Exactly. See?
Why didn't you just give the? Never mind. She's just gonna sit down. She's just gonna sit down and wait for the play to
The
start.
more you think about it, the more it hurts.
So yeah, exactly. The more I think about why he did the things he did instead of doing the very obvious thing he could have done, yeah, I'm just not gonna unpack it. I'm just gonna be like, he's here. It's fine. We'll unpack that can of worms that we might have to in the future with Dogma Customs later.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine. By the
Why-
time we're back in Dogma, you'll probably have a different pace.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
You can.
Just don't change back into the person you were when you were there.
And you got to get some other IDs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would be my thing.
Yeah, actually, I would. Evidently not, but you know.
I just didn't bother to.
How are you a shiftling without extra IDs?
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Anyways.
So yeah.
Why is Magellan smuggling goods? Why does he have 8 ex-wives? Why does he not have any fake IDs?
All these questions.
Man
and
of
more.
mystery.
Did say you weren't very.
That's
Certified.
know.
This man's a certified glue sniffer. I don't know about you guys.
And we gave him access to high-powered ammunition and weapons. Yep.
I can't even get a job parking cars. Anyways, what?
All right. Playtime. Playtime.
Alright.
You're gonna hear about the Drakesure and their friend from far away. This play's
Oh.
gonna be relatively short because I came up with it relatively quickly. So it's gonna be not as detailed as the other ones, but it's
That's
going to contain basic plot points.
Woo.
Oh. So, this play begins with a village that the cats are running around. With a village. Did you hear them in the background?
I heard something, just briefly, but the forbidden sound.
This village is filled with a bunch of folks who are going about their days, and they like to farm. They get some ore. They trade ore. They get some gemstones, and they have a good bit of like trading that they do. And they're a relatively peaceful village. And one day, there is a Drakesure that comes to the village. And a lot of the villagers aren't very familiar with Drakesure because they've never seen one. There aren't usually any Drakesure that come this area. So the villagers see this Drakesure and are very fascinated by them. And they recognize that this creature is very powerful, very strong, and also very wise. So the people in this village begin to revere this Drakesure as something almost of a protector. They believe that this Drakesure will be able to keep away any threats that could come upon the village. So they begin bringing this creature gifts. Gifts of gemstones, gifts of gold, gifts of food, a bunch of gifts. And the Drakesure is receiving these gifts and going, wow, these people are great. They bring me a whole bunch of stuff that I like. And at some point, the villagers are beset by threat. A very scary thing that they cannot get to leave them alone. There are children going missing. There are crops that are being destroyed. There are people who are claiming their livestock is either missing or is being slaughtered overnight, or even sometimes people say that it's during the day. And nobody in this village can find out what's happening. So they go to the Drakesure and they ask the Drakesure to figure it out, because they bring this Drakesure a whole bunch of these gifts. And they ask the Drakesure to protect them. And this creature is like, oh my gosh, these people need me to, like, take out this threat? I don't even know what it is. So they begin to look for the source of all these mysterious happenings. Unfortunately, they're not able to find out what's going on. So the people in this village start getting really angry, and they stop bringing the Drakesure gifts. And they say, why can't you solve it? Why aren't you doing anything? We're dying here. Our kids are going missing. Our livestock is being killed. Our lives are falling apart. And the Drakesure is like, I'm sorry. I can't do anything to help you. I'm not all-seeing. So everybody starts getting angry and expecting this Drakesure to figure it out. Knowing that they can't, they begin to just huddle in their cave and keep silent. Keep to themselves. Everybody in the village is still going crazy. And one day, there is a demonkin that arrives in the village and hears about the Drakesure that's supposed to be solving this village's problems. So the demonkin goes to the Drakesure and says, hey, why aren't you doing anything for these people? They're expecting you to do something. The Drakesure is like, I can't do anything. I don't know what's going on. The demonkin offers to Drakesure, if I help you, will you, like, share gifts that you received from the village? The Drakesure says, sure. Of course. Together, Drakesure and the demonkin are able to find what's going on with the village and neutralize it. But, of course, the demonkin actually did most of the heavy lifting. The Drakesure mostly just helped. Eventually, They come back, and the villagers are like, wow, everything's great. Our kids aren't going missing anymore. Our livestock is still good. Our crops aren't being destroyed. Thank you, Great Drakeseor. And the Drakeseor says, oh, you're so welcome. You know, I did all this for you. They, unfortunately, not end up sharing the spoils. So when the Demonkin comes back and asks for their part of the gift, Drakeseor does not provide. And says, well, I, for sure, did most of it. The Demonkin says, oh, no, you didn't. I helped you. And in fact, I'm most of the reason why this village is safe now. The two cannot come to a consensus, start arguing. And eventually, they get into a nice tussle. Demonkin, being stronger, ends up very badly wounding Drakeseor. And Drakeseor has to flee, leaving its treasure behind. The Demonkin, not knowing what to do with all the gifts, goods, takes what little they want and ends up slowly delivering things back to the villagers. The Drakeseor does not come back. They hide in solitude. And everyone in the village is questioning what happened to our protector. The Demonkin arrives to the villagers and says, your protector is not your protector in the first place. Did not do your service. So I've returned all your items to you. And the folks in the village, they're not quite sure what to think, because they didn't see the Demonkin and when they went to go talk to the Drakeseor. And the Drakeseor didn't mention anything about it. So they start to doubt the Demonkin. And question, well, are you sure about that? You sure you're not just lying to us? So, the villagers, unfortunately, drive out the Demonkin. The villagers eventually go back to the hideout of the Drakeseor that is no longer occupied, to find it not there. Eventually, the village is once again beset by a threat. Unknown. Where their livelihoods are ruined. The Demonkin is not there. Drakeseor is not there. Their only hope of salvation, they themselves drove out. And eventually, they succumb to a threat that they cannot identify. The story ends, and the lights come back on. And that is all she wrote.
Alright.
Huh. What?
Wait. I guess first things, audience retention, how are they taking that story?
I don't like it.
I don't like it for reasons that they probably are not aligned with.
I'm curious, do any murmurings about why they don't like it? I'm just curious, just a little curious to start shit.
They're mostly just like, You hear a lot of the Lapsians saying, like, they had reason to not trust the Demonkin.
I knew that was what was gonna be said. All right,
Damn
that
it.
is. I actually like I put like a little like paw on the back of like of Heck of Magellan, just like a pat. Like, don't pay them too much heed.
Bunch of filthy.
Yes, but
Yeah,
not
that was so
everyone.
bad.
She just looks up, but not everyone is taking that same reaction. And she'll kind of look over. Any other reactions?
Some folks who are from the guild are
Mhm.
like, it was such a tragedy. They could have prevented that. If only they'd listened and actually seen through the ruse that the Drake was spinning.
Hmm. She kind of thinks. I wonder. Maybe there's some people in the consortium that might empathize a bit too much with with the way the Drake show is presented in this case. A lot of interesting things in those books I've been reading about from the Alto's perspective on things. And just from what I know about the Rising War, there's... She kind of looks over to Magellan. Lapsus, I think, was a quite different place, or the consortium at least was, around a decade or so ago.
I can believe it.
I guess we'll see how much things have changed. I remember Fari mentioned that she was trying to make things here better. She kind of looks at the consortium, like Lapsians, that are a little bit more, as you said, defensive about the behavior of the townsfolk in this story. And she just kind of thinks out loud, like, they were too afraid of the Demon King. They were too afraid of getting help. I wonder if that's... She kind of just looks to the side and just says, nothing. It's no use worrying about now. Besides, it's just a story.
Maybe, but sometimes in tales, there's woven truth.
Yes. I'm actually curious where this story which land this story originates from.
Hey.
I might provide some context to the way it's presented.
True. Perhaps some deep digging later. Maybe some. That's more your repertoire, though.
Yes, it is. I'll make sure to do so. I found some interesting notes I took some interesting notes from my play as well. The scream in the shower when I was watching it with Homie. Yes.
Oh, it was actually entertaining?
Quite. I've never really been to plays like this. I've seen things on the screen before, heard them on a transmission device, like a radio signal type feel. But I've never been to one in person. It was pleasant. This one was definitely not, well, the previous one I went to, and I can only imagine what the other ones were. They were quite eye-opening, to say the least. This one wasn't as long, but it was still very good. I guess I can see why people like going to them. Like a little bit of a smile.
That's the spirit. Managed to find appeal in it.
Indeed. Well, it's probably getting late now. We should get to dinner and get some sleep. Would I know how far we are from Moga?
No.
Can I ask, is there any, like, people, like, any people on the ship that I could ask? Like, any sailors that...
You
Yeah, go ahead.
You could probably find someone who looks like more a guild official.
Yeah, I'll walk over and ask, like, excuse me. She'll just tap him on the shoulder. Do you know when we'll be making landfall?
Oh, mm, give me one moment. And they will look. I will look at my thing. Perhaps a day or two's time?
Hmm. A day, you say? I assume you mean, or they mean, like, from where we are now. Like, it should be around a day or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in that case... And she'll just say thank you, and she'll turn back and go back over the Magellan. I believe we're about a day or so away from Moga. So...
Oh, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm. She just stretches her arms. Let's go get dinner and head our way back to the sleeping quarters.
Won't argue on you. Won't argue with down on that.
Yes, we can go over our notes.
Oh yeah, you actually write down notes. I forget you're a nerd.
She kind of says, I would hope that if you're not remembering them, you can at least write something down. Can't remember everything.
You know what? Fair enough.
And she just kind of nods and just will keep walking.
I follow too.
Oh, really?
Sound good.
Yeah. Everybody who is not incapacitated at the moment can arrive for food.
So, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I guess if no one else brings it up, Starsha will bring up her. Will be like, so how was everyone's time with the place today?
When I wasn't stressing out about the situation at hand, it was alright. Oh wait, you don't know.
Oh, right. She kind of says, we haven't seen you most of the day. There was a, you can go ahead.
Not sure if I'm the best to describe this, but basically, I decided to take the Thor along with me to watch a play. There a tad long. Got a little more talkative than I thought she. But you know, I was just being myself, good old Magellan. And then she passed out, and may or may not be something a tad bit serious, but get to the bottom of it. But play was all right. But situations outside the play, not so all right.
What has to happen?
Fighting her inner other self. I'm hearing, and have to hope that the inner battle concludes and that she comes out on top.
At the moment, not much. The best we can do is just wait for her to wake up and assess the situation as that comes up. Unfortunately. Zara is looking into something we'll say, that might be of help when she wakes up. But at the moment, all we can do is wait.
I muted him.
Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I took off the server mute. I just had it on regular mute. I apologize. I didn't realize if he was awake or not. I figured someone would tell me, so I can put that back on. Anyway, you were saying.
That's the first condition. Didn't use.
It's not better from when it was when we last saw it. I can say that at least. I'll say if it's getting worse, that's a bit more up in the air. Again, I don't think we'll know much of anything until she wakes up. I wouldn't worry about her too much, though. She's quite resilient, as you've seen. That being said, yes, the place. What was it? Yes, the one we got out of a moment ago was quite, eye-opening, to say the least. Yes, she kind of, like, looks around, like, just around the mess hall. How crowded is the mess hall? Because I assume it's, like, dinner time.
It's decently occupied. It's not like overly crowded, but it's also like not
Would Starsha care?
busy.
I think Starsha will just speak her mind. Yes, it seems some of the residents here, residents in Lapsus, or should I say the consortium, are quite ill towards beastkin and fiendish people, and those that look that are close enough, Sylvans and such. Something we kind of knew and quelled as well, but I guess we're seeing a bit more viscerally here.
One side. The first seat.
Yes.
Altered.
Altered? How?
Well, I'll go through and explain, the general story and how Aqua's betrayed by one of her champion. And then I'll tell the story that I know and how the champion who did it wasn't the but this place said it was.
She kind of crosses her arms around her, and she kind of thinks. So, different telling. I wonder if it might have to do with the Tidepacker Consortium's control over certain things. I could understand why the Tide Pack would want to keep that little bit, secret. I imagine one of the reasons you've heard it is probably just because you're so close to the source. Or the regular story, I guess. Though I guess there's a chance that one of the other one is true as well. But we'll just say based on our experience with some of the locals, I have a feeling that your version is probably closer to the accurate one. This Kawe individual, are they revered much in the Tide Pack?
Should I make a check for that? I don't know.
I would say you probably don't need to, because the Kawe is referred to as the Great Spear, and like
Oh, yes, that's right. He has a
the
title.
Second Coming of
Yeah,
Gyambo.
it's probably like,
guess
yeah. I guess I didn't think
yeah.
about that. If he's referred to as the second coming of Gyambo, the Great Sphere, yeah, he's probably like, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, it's
Context
pretty
clues
obvious.
didn't really work there. I apologize. That was my brain being
Yeah.
failing right there. Anyway, yeah. So Sarsha would still ask that question and kind of realize as Marliana's like, oh well, his title is this. She's like, oh right, of course. If he has a title
Yeah,
like that,
so it's
he
probably
probably
not
is.
known to everyone inside the true story.
Hmm. Second Coming of Gyambo. I feel like I've heard that name before.
Elder,
Is that some type of title?
uh, yeah,
Hmm. So someone
yeah.
important.
It's actually
Hmm. That was the one about the Tide Pack and the Terrors of the Deep, right?
one of the three champions that helped to Red Swell. But he yeah, Marliana doesn't like talking about
Is it evident or is it just like
it. It
you're
is
hiding?
evident.
Okay.
Yeah, like he
I-
doesn't like even like saying his name.
Noting that she will stray away from that topic for now. Not, I can't speak for everybody, but for me at least, Sarsha will kind of like, maybe someone I can dig into later. That being said, this story about the terrors of the deep, it sounds like it's something very integral to your people. Is it I mean, it seems like it's a big thing. Am I wrong about that?
Fact, talk about and
So are they not as prevalent as they used to be?
they.
Hmm.
Some people think they are, and think Giambo's tells the people. David.
She's kind of thinking, I don't remember reading any stories in Gara about Terrors of the Deep. Well, that's not entirely true. She kind of thinks about it. Actually, there's a prominent faith in Gara, the Way of the Sea. I think it's the one you mentioned in the first story. They have a big temple there. I think it's like where they mainly stay. But I remember they've talked about Terrors of the Deep. But the way they talk about them is different. I guess it'd be more like a past tense. They refer to it more historically than they do as an active threat. I mean, there's still talk of corruption and things, but I think that's more general, if you know what I mean. Well, either way. I'm not exactly one for faith, to say the least, but just something of note.
Might study up on Aqua's champ.
Yes, so Toby and Kasha and Kawaii. Yes.
Specifically, Asha.
Ah, yes, the warrior maiden. Yes, actually, I've heard of her before from the Way of the Sea as well. They revere her a lot. There's a statue. I can't remember where it is, but I know there's a statue in Gara dedicated to her, but it's a big one. Oh, right, I guess you shouldn't be the only one sharing here. Other than our very interesting story about Lapsian racism, we'll just say, or speciesism, we had a story about... Oh, the stream in the shower is what it was called. My hunch was correct. It was an Alto Latel related one. Quite an eye-opening one as well. I've read a lot in the different books and such about the Alto Latel, and among them is a story among them is an entity. They treat kind of like a, I guess if you wanted to think of it in a story term, like a main villain of some kind. It's something that they constantly talk about warding away from, and and trying to thwart at every turn. They call it the Whisper. She'll take out one of her books, and she'll actually show there's a symbol. It looks like a little look at a little eel with like eyes on it, going down like the side of it. This thing, I've seen it a lot in some of the iconography. Never a good sign, always a warning or a foreboding. An omen, if you will. But it's interesting. Despite me finding a lot of stories that talk about warding it away, instances, I guess, of this whisperer directly are kind of few and far between from what I can find. At least corroborated. That's not to say, especially after that play, that I don't believe that there's something there, just... It seems like many of the consortium don't believe these stories. Many of the people there, well, not many, some of the people there were quite averse to the idea that it could be a real story. Maybe there's something about this time period, I imagine, that makes it that way. Though, there's stories about the Whisperer going all the way up until now from the Altar Latel, at least dealing with it. I want to ask Rafing about this when we get to Equald. I'm sure they'll know more of a first-hand account. I mean, it might relate to what we're studying, or what we're trying to deal with, right? Weren't we... Technically, we were all summoned here to deal with strange happenings in the oceans and the seas nearby, right? Maybe this song has some type of role to play in that. In any case, it's worth noting. She'll put her book away. Yes, and... Oh, Magellan, how was the Hunter's Prize? That was the last one, wasn't it?
It was, yeah, it was. It was pretty good actually. I could tell that for some odd reason that there were parts left out. I can sort of like kind of just guess that the monster or whether the creature they were hunting didn't feel as dangerous. It just didn't feel as like menacing as it was supposed to be, and like everybody was toned down. Can't tell why, but
Maybe a sensitive subject of some kind?
perhaps maybe it's still more room to pick. Maybe it's something like, I don't know. Maybe there's some there that's too much for general audience to really just digest. But
Monsters,
overall,
good. And elves that
well,
hunt them.
Yeah. There's something deeper there. Maybe I'll find out.
Maybe. I've actually never heard of this story before. The other ones, I've heard slight things, well, I guess outside of they scream in the shower. But this one this one is definitely not one I've heard. I guess I should forget, shan't forget the Dogma one also. Or not the Dogma one, the Drake Shore and the Fiend one also. Was not one I had heard before.
Yeah, like the Blacksmith story.
Yes. It seems that there's a lot being taken out from some of these stories. Though, ironically, the scream in the shower seemed to not be. I wonder if it's because it was presented by Alto people, it seemed themselves.
Guess they have a more uncut approach about things.
It seems. Seems the consortium has a vested interest in not showing certain things. That's not entirely too shocking or surprising. I don't even think it's always inherently bad, but these omissions that are being talked about, they all seem to have a correlation, do they not?
Maybe. I wouldn't doubt it.
I feel like it's sensitive subjects around beastkin for the most part, and fiends. Those seem to be the areas where things are toned down or changed. She kind of looks over at Marliana. What I wouldn't give to pick the brain of someone a little bit higher up on this. Well, either way. I wonder how long that's been happening. I just realized something.
What?
The Discord audio.
Oh.
Oh no.
That?
It's back, but it was not picking up on the stream.
Oh no.
That's alright. Yeah, so remember earlier, real quick, remember earlier when I was like, oh, there's no need to have a secondary recording? Yeah, never mind. Yeah, for the foreseeable future, yeah, we will always have a secondary recording in case we need to upload a version that is not scuffed. Anyway, that being said, getting back to things. Yeah, I guess Starsha will just eat her food as like this kind of conversation is continuing. Yeah. Just yes, I was planning on doing so once we were finished here. Because it's right now, I assume it's just us three. Maybe Homie is also here. We'll just assume Homie is also eating. So Gathor and Zera. So she will. No, and so yes, don't. She'll look over at you, Marliana, and say, "You can give Gathor her food if she's awake. I'll give Zera her food."
No, if you get extra, I'm gonna get extra. Actually, even if you don't, I'm gonna see if there's any. Like when I go up to get Gathor's and Zera's food, I'm gonna see. I can get more myself.
The clerk is going to ask you for your information for your room. They're going to ask if you're getting food for yourself.
And you know, a couple. Oh, Lewis is needed.
Oh, okay, I got it. There you
yes.
go.
I push his face aside. I'm like, nope, I'll get the food for the other person.
For Zera?
Oh, just for Zera?
I had already grabbed her food.
Nope, I'm
also
fighting
gonna-
you. I'm fighting you.
I
way.
am just like holding the food like, homie, what are you doing?
I want to do this.
Oh, you
want
are
to
dealing with that.
Give her food?
Yeah.
Okay, she'll like slowly reach down and hand you the tray, I guess. Like confused.
Thank you.
This
And
man is definitely determined. I like it.
Let's get some for. And if possible.
The clerk will not give you extra food.
Damn.
Dang.
Buy more?
You can purchase more food, yes.
That's fine.
Excellent.
What should I?
How much do you want?
I think just one extra plate will be.
Only one?
Yeah, I think.
Okie dokie. You will probably just be spending 1 gold.
That's not bad.
It's just basic food.
Yeah. I guess I'll go and deliver the food to Gathor.
I'll go
Oh,
with
I think
Homie
it's
to
the first
Zara.
time I'm
Or with
Yeah.
going to the.
She's just kind of morbidly curious as to what he's going to do. So.
I'm just tagging along.
Yep.
All right. Y'all are able to make it back to the room. Gathor is not awake yet.
That's. Well, let's hope that's a good sign. I don't think it is, but you know, let's. Yeah. Anyway, how's Zira?
When you come in, she will just kind of acknowledge your presence and then take the food and consume it with not much fanfare.
She's just looking over at Homie like, is there something you wanted to say or do?
I brought you your substance as
Is
a
that-
token of friendship, even though you don't need to be friends. It doesn't hurt.
Mhm. Is he typing in Roll20?
Wait, who?
Can you hear me?
Oh, can you not hear him? Is
Oh,
he...
did I mute him on my end? I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. Hold on.
Wow! Wow!
Okay,
Wow.
all right.
You cannot
Hello.
blame the DM, alright? You cannot blame the DM.
Fender, dude.
You were snoring loud, alright?
Yeah. You know those plays, they get good, but then you get sleepy at them sometimes, you know. I'm like, I brought you your substance as a token of friendship, although you said you didn't want to become friends. There's no harm in it. Well, actually, no harm in it, you know.
He's going to give you the most deadpan look in existence.
Fine by me. You know. You, I feel like you feel that way now, but, you know, it won't hurt. Definitely won't hurt. It might help, you know. It doesn't have to help. It definitely won't hurt.
Starsha looking like not at Zara or him, just kind of looking like off over, probably towards Marliana and Gathor, is just gonna remark, you know, Zara, again, I don't really care about being friends, right, so to speak, but why are you so resistant to even being friendly towards those two? They seem to be the main ones that want to try.
She continues eating and does not respond.
Alright. I guess she actually, you know what? She is gonna say something. I guess if you're not necessarily working on helping in fights and such, I guess I can understand to a certain extent. After all, if one of them dies, you don't have to think about it. In that way, I guess it is understandable. Just know that that might be in kind towards you as well. I hope you can deal with you can deal with things yourself if ever you're in a difficult predicament.
The moment you say that, hold on. What do I want you to roll?
Oh, she's about to punch you in the diaphragm.
This
He's
is
not
not
gonna
what
punch
I
you in the
wanted.
diaphragm.
This is what I
He's going
wanted.
to
No.
exert force.
Oh,
You know, I just realized maybe I shouldn't be the one poking things, because if I poke things wrong and I accidentally let something out, that could also be really bad in this situation.
Why
but-
didn't you let me poke things? is the
Because
question.
I'm dumb. Anyway, alright?
That's my job.
I'm stealing your brain cell, or I'm giving you mine for a moment. Alright, what
Roll
do
a
I roll?
fortitude for me, please. Everybody.
Fortitude. For everybody?
Oh.
What the fuck did I
everybody.
do?
Alright,
What
I'm sorry.
did I
Hey,
do?
Wait,
What the-
including
I'm
Marliana and Gathor?
What did she say
Just
fuck
wait.
me for, bro?
Alright, now out of curiosity, out of curiosity, what's particular part of what I said is the thing that seemed to have pissed her off? Just out of curiosity is all.
He's
I'm
not
gonna
pissed
go-
off. If you want to mood, he's
Oh.
not mad.
To be fair, I just realized she might not necessarily be being mad. She might be like, all right, if you're really daring me to like show you I'll be fine on my own, there you go.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
that's
exactly
fair.
what's happening.
Okay.
Oh god, you're being power checked.
I actually
Also-
didn't roll.
Protect Gathor from whatever is happening. You know, I am sitting next to her. No,
Go
that-
ban.
that-
Go band for band.
Can
Let's
can I roll a soul sensing too?
Yeah,
I
you
want
can.
to. I kind of want to know a bit more. I don't know if that'd be a knowledge versus soul
Yeah.
sensing, but yeah. All right.
Yeah, you can roll that.
I'm gonna roll
Oh.
really bad for this. Watch. Fuck
Yep.
me!
go.
Come
Love it.
on,
Any chance I could roll a
Yes.
soul energy?
Emiko.
Yeah.
I need your help. I need
Yeah.
you
That's
reroll.
actually good for me.
Am I able
Yeah.
to use my endurance on this instead of fortitude?
Hey,
Yes.
Alright. Hey.
Yeah, my fortitude
Damn,
is.
y'all rolling really well.
My fortitude was
Can
good.
I-
My soul sensing was not though.
In response, can I roll to Riz?
Fuck, I
No.
still rolled low. Oh, fuck
Damn.
me. Fuck
I
me,
would have rolled
man.
low anyway, to be honest.
I got an 8
Okay.
Hey, damn.
with
So-
my soul sensing, but my fortitude was a 19.
No, you
Okay.
like, you're so good. What the fuck?
I rolled bad. What do you mean? Well, the fortitude.
You
was
said you
bad.
rolled a 19.
Yeah, the fortitude's fine. The one I wanted to get was the fucking soul sensing. I rolled a 2 last time as well, by the way. God damn it. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about
Yeah.
this.
So, as you finish that statement, you feel a very oppressive energy push down on you. Now, you remember Marliana specifically, you remember the amount of energy you got shoved with originally on your first encounter. It is not in the same magnitude now as it was then. It's very much toned down.
she hit me with more. Ain't no way. I
I
mean, I'm happy
just-
that she didn't, use more because Gathor's in the room, but ain't no way she hit me that hard. I didn't even do anything for
It
it.
really
I went to
did.
hug her.
Yeah. Actually, though, it would have made more sense for her to blast me here, but that's alright.
Put your
That's great.
pressure up, brother.
Actually. My spiritual pressure's fine. My ability to detect should be good as well, but it's so shit. I keep rolling 2s. Oh my god.
The good thing is that you all aren't as affected as you could be by this pressure, but you still feel it and it's still intense.
Well, that's fine. I don't need to roll anything else. I'm good.
Can I keep resisting, although I'm already affected by it? Can I? I want to fight through it. I want to show that this doesn't bother me, and I'm still willing to try.
It's released almost as soon as it's put.
Oh, never mind. I just
Yeah.
look like a dumbass just trying to fucking
Look,
jump back on the
Look,
floor.
I have played with fire long enough tonight. I don't want to push any deeper necessarily because if I do, I might have to start making instinctual or sanity, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not doing that. I'm just going to say no. I'm gonna I don't wanna do that. No.
Yeah. Really
Ooh,
quick, Marliana, your 25 was a what?
that was the soul energy.
Oh,
Okay.
that's awesome. Yeah.
You never felt anything like this before. But there's one thing that you do know about it. This is chaos energy.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay.
God. Yeah, this is the.
Because you rolled so high, you feel as if this particular energy is specifically more oriented towards manipulation of time. You don't know how you know that. That's what you feel.
This is like very ironic. I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
Yeah. I'm I I almost don't know what to say because I'm just thinking about another party right now, and this is the exact kind of opposite but similar thing.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, that was some weird turbulence on the boat, huh? Some
I'm
boat
just gonna get
turbulence.
You know what? You see on my face that I know what that is, and I am not fucking with it. I'm out.
Does Sarsha notice that Marliana is very like knowingly like knows what that is, or
I definitely am not hiding the fact that I know what that is.
Sarsha looks over
And
at
I don't
you
want to
then?
say anything because I don't want Sarah to retaliate with me knowing what her power is.
She's gonna look over you, Marliana. Is everything all right?
I just leave. Going back to the deck.
Marliana noped out of it.
She looks over like Zara.
Look at her. There was some boat turbulence.
Look,
Sarah's going to continue eating as if nothing happened.
She just like
Exactly.
touches the bridge of her nose. I understand. I'm the one that egged you on. Why didn't you? Could you please stop scaring Marliana?
She will continue eating once again.
And she'll look over at you, homie, and just kind of like shake her head like, this is what we've got to deal with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She kind of looks over. You didn't feel that too?
That was boat turbulence.
That was not boat turbulence. That was Zara proving a point.
You know, sometimes it's better to feign ignorance. Just for a bit.
Zara, you know there are other people on this boat as well. She's just eating, isn't she? she's just eating. Oh. Oh, I DC'd for a second. Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh. Hello?
Did you answer after the question I said, is she just still eating?
She was getting in the middle of it, of answering just now.
Oh, okay, I cut out, sorry. Yeah. Go ahead.
So Zara is chewing at the moment you ask that.
Mm-hmm.
So she finishes her bite of food. And she says, I know how to control my power. Don't worry, no one else will.
doesn't really look like control. Or sorry, let me put it more frankly. That doesn't look like you're controlling yourself. You could just simply say, "I'll be fine."
He will continue eating as if nothing has happened.
My God, they sent us someone who doesn't even have the tact to do whatever.
Sasha, and a bear.
I'm more annoyed than anything. You do realize that her blasting energy around could get us in trouble too, right?
You're still.
What was that?
Oh, that
I'm
was
sure
me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was her saying something good. Yeah, she'll
No,
yeah,
you're good.
she'll continue as she was saying to homie Magellan. You do realize that her blasting energy around could affect us, right? Not, I mean, like hurt us. I mean, like get attention on us.
I'm sure what she did only affected us because she has control over her powers.
I think I'm seeing
Is
both
that
sides here.
that true? By the way, yes. Also, Starsha is omitting the fact that this is partially her fault for egging her on. But like, anyway, is that true that it was only us that were affected? Is that true? Based on what she can see
That
around?
is true.
Okay. If she can like notice like nobody else is reacting, then
Yeah, it was localized extremely specifically to exactly above each of you.
she'll
So
sigh.
grim.
I still don't understand why you needed to do it to Marliana. You're not exactly. I wouldn't exactly say you're aiding your mission here. Again, friends isn't the point. Marliana being unable to do things because she's terrified of you all the time is not going to help this group do anything, including Gathor. Whatever.
He continues eating as if nothing has been spoken.
She just like shakes her head. Whatever. She's just. But you know what? Does she want to ask? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? She's gonna like prop herself on one of the like the beds or whatever. Just like kind of lay down for a second. She's like, "What even word you using?"
There is no response.
Hmm. No, she's not gonna say anything. She's just gonna sit there on her back. Hmm. How? I don't think I want to try that actually. How dumb am I feeling? I'm feeling kinda dumb.
Yes, do it. Bring ruin upon yourself.
And others.
Yeah.
Alright, she's not. Oh, man. Man. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. So she can't say anything about it. But she's gonna actually get up and leave the room. I'll let whatever plays out for right now play out, but she's just gonna get up and leave the room for the moment.
Oh, nothing happens.
That's fine. I'm not gonna say anything until everyone else is done with their stuff. There's one thing I'm going to do tonight. I need to check something.
I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm sorry that happened. That this wasn't really my intention, but I'm serious. What I said before, I don't, you probably had some rough upbringings. You have your reasons for your stuff. Uh, but it won't hurt. Just yeah. And that's all I say to Zero, and then I'll probably also leave.
You receive no response before you leave.
I figured I would, but yeah.
Magellan, did you want to do anything?
Well, it seems that they're right there, very focused. That bite of food,
Very.
very much so. So like, what Magellan's gonna do is like, just kind of like just gonna let Zara do her own thing, and then like return. He's gonna like look to Gathor, and like is gonna step over there and is like kind of like kneel down to be like, well, I'm sorry that today turned out to be a major upset, but you got your own battles to fight. I just hope you can win this one. And like what's called after that, like pats her on the head or whatever, and just like kind of goes back to his like part of the sleeping quarters.
Ooh. All right. Marliana, what are you doing right now?
Well, I go up to the top deck and work off some frustration through training. It's the first person she's never been able to stand up to, and it's eating her up. I create a small orb of water, mimicking the new move I learned, but not to the same degree. Not. I use the small ball of water as like a punching bag. And turn flatness like.
Jelly.
Well, I guess that means
All right.
me.
Yeah, Starsha, are you gonna do your thing?
I don't know if I want to do my thing. I'm having second thoughts. Starsha's having second thoughts. Fuck it, why not? I'm sure this won't go bad at all. I'll make it small. I'll make it very small. So she's gonna try to find a secluded part of the ship. She has to go behind some of the crates or something like that. She'll do that. Alright.
I think I know what you're gonna do.
Type what you. I just want to see. Type what you think I'm gonna do. I want to see what it is. The cat tags. You're probably right. I just want to see. Yes, I am gonna do that. Sarsha is going to go when. Oh, I guess. Can I find a secluded place? I guess is the first question.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, if I can find a secluded place, Starsha has an odd feeling, I guess, and it's just not gonna do anything big, nothing bad. Just open her hand, kind of hold it out a little bit, and it's going to, in a small amount, a very small amount, she is going to try to channel some of that weird energy she was training with her father with a bit. Not a lot, just a small amount, just a tiny bit,
Tiny bit.
just a hair, just a freckle.
Just the tip.
Yep, just the tip. Where do I need to roll?
Instinctual.
Please tell me I did what I think I did. I did right, please. I knew this was coming. I didn't. Oh no. Oh no. Are you sure not sanity? Are you sure not sanity?
You can. No, instinctual.
I'm gonna just grab a pill just in case I need something. I might need to take my medicine, guys. All right, this just a small amount.
I don't know what's happening, but maybe being inside the ship.
All right, just a small amount. It's an
Just
8.
a small amount.
I'm gonna take a pill. I know they don't work that well. Please, just
What in God's name are you about to do to the ship?
nothing at all. I'm completely in control and stable. No, nothing's wrong with me.
There's just more ship turbulence.
Yep, more ship turbulence. Don't worry about it.
Whole lot of turbulence. Gotcha.
That's an 8, and
Okay,
yep.
so you're going to begin
Oh right,
summoning just the teensy.
I also have
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
the one things that Dad made for me, the earrings and
Yeah.
the bracelets that help. I don't know how much that helps
Yeah.
by, but
You can That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you some leniency. So you summon just the teeniest little speck of this energy. And as you do, you feel like the presence of the moon just kind of like in the back of your head going, "Hey there, buddy. What you doing? What you doing there? Huh? What you got going on here, huh? What is this?"
I am channeling something. I have a hunch, and I had a little bit of an odd feeling. I don't know how to describe, but look. It's hard to tell how much of this is you, and how I'm saying this in my mind as well. How much of this is you, and how much of this is me. I'm not sure, but I know some of it comes from me directly. I know some of it doesn't, but I don't. What? You know things. What exactly? Zara just admitted spiritual energy, spiritual pressure around. That's not a new concept to me. What did she just use?
There's someone you could ask.
There is someone she could ask, but she's asking she's asking the moon because the moon knows things.
The moon does know things.
And she has a follow-up question, which is, why the fuck do I feel something? And I don't know why. I want to know why. Tell me why. She's not going to tell me why, but tell me something. I want to know answers.
The moon will only allow you one question.
God damn it. Oh my god. I gotta find a way to ask it in a way that I can get maybe both answers, at least something. Okay. What energy? Oh man. She was using some type. Exuded some type of energy, and it's giving me a reaction. Why is that?
Type the response. Or no,
Alright.
not type the response. I'll just say it. The moon will respond to you that it says that you're somewhat of kindred spirits, but you are special. That's all it says.
You are somewhat of kindred spirit, but you are special. She nods. She thanks. What the fuck type of response was that?
Moon loves to give cryptic answers.
You
This
should
is
know
not the
that.
time.
Welcome to being on my end of things.
God damn it. She's gonna. Can she. Alright, well. Can she, like, slowly clamp down and desummon the energy?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, slowly. You feel as though you almost lose control of the energy, but like you're just able to get it under control, like barely. Maybe because the moon has mercy.
She, I guess, kind of thinking ahead. Remember, if something goes wrong or haywire with my abilities, I'm hoping that whatever you're pumping as well can stop it.
The moon kind of sends you a response back like, "Oh, you want me to cover for your folly? That's cute."
I'm going to flip my shit. Anyway, I am going to sigh and just let it go. I'm not hearing any other weird things, am I? This time? Just the moon?
No. Just moon.
That's good, at least. I don't want to unpack anything else that happened when the... yeah, I'm not unpacking anything else tonight. Just that. So, that's at least something I will jot down in my notes. Weird reaction to Zera energy. Don't know why. Moon is asshole. Got it.
The moon sends you love and kisses.
The moon. Yeah, it does. It really does. You know, you could be a bit more helpful to me, considering I'm supposed to be doing something for you. Speaking of, what is it exactly that you want me to do again? You want me to find something?
You're only
right?
allowed
Why
one
you're asking
question
for
a
help when you
day.
don't even know
Well,
what
this
you're
is
supposed to be doing.
Okay, alright, look. I probably could check my notes for this, because it's probably written in my notes already. But, like, it could answer the question of what it wants me to do. Like, that's not that bad. Come on.
The moon says otherwise.
The moon can kiss my ass. Anyway, I will just shake my head and just walk back to the room to sleep and not think about the moon or any other things in my head at the moment.
the meantime, Zara has actually brought Gathor to her own room, just in case shit gets wild and a bitch wakes up with a different personality.
That would be unfortunate.
So she has Gathor in her room.
Which is definitely the only one on the team we should be worried about that ever happening.
Definitely. Certainly not anyone else.
Nope, no one else.
Oh,
Actually,
most
you know what?
definitely.
Zara. Zara is actually, yeah, you're right. Zara, we might want to worry about just a little bit.
Oh no, she's good.
Nah.
Yeah.
I saw that look in her
trust.
eyes. I saw the look in her eyes.
Trust.
Yeah, she had that
Trust.
wild look, only look for the-
Listen. All chaos users have a little bit of what you call
Spicy.
that. Yeah.
Yep, and they're the only ones that do, and no one else does. Yep.
Yeah.
Just chaos users.
Definitely.
Yep, so that's
Yeah.
why we need to watch Zara. We need to make sure, we gotta be careful
Yeah.
about Zara. Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sticking to Zara.
Yeah.
Yep. I will hear nothing of the otherwise.
Certainly no subtle foreshadowing going on. No.
No foreshadowing. My sanity is completely
No.
fine.
Yeah. You put points in it,
Yeah, I did.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, my sanity's fine. Yeah, see?
Yeah. See, everything's fine. Everything is okay. Nothing to worry about.
I am sleeping like I don't know what would the analogy be here. Like a cat on top of a sofa? Yeah.
Curled up.
Yep. Yeah, I just realized Starship probably doesn't have. She's probably used to curling up when she sleeps because actually probably mix of both. There's probably not many places she can sleep and literally just splay herself fully around because big ass tail. Be like.
Everybody go sleepy, bye.
Mm-hmm.
And now I go sleepy, bye.
Nice.
Yes. Alright, that will do us for the stream. There might be a re-uploaded version of the whole thing later. We'll see. I think that the Discord thing bug might have happened for only a few minutes, so we'll see if that was the case. That being said, as always, after session talks and other stuff in the server, as always, we hope you all enjoyed the session, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yippee.